Okay, welcome to Racing Circles on Friday the 3rd of November 2017. Here's our preview for Derby Day tomorrow, Saturday the 4th of November. Just a quick rehash on last week. We didn't really have that many to follow. Pretty disappointing was the Claire Sunshine. 2X Spirit was our really only good one that sort of 10 more metres to go would have won at a big price. Comes second. Oeuvre ridden upside down. Happy Clapper, we won't talk about him. Oliver been suspended for 20 meetings. And Selsamore running third in the last race at Moonee Valley. Randwick, we only sort of covered 2 races, just to mention a couple of horses. Mighty Lucky in the 8th did nothing. But in the 6th we mentioned First Hand and 2XS, and they Quinelled the race, so hope everyone followed there. Get straight into it today. Straight to headquarters in Melbourne, Flemington. At the moment it's a good 4. Apparently there's rain coming. There was a little bit of rain there this morning. Hasn't affected the track, but I've done the form on having the good 4 track. So hopefully, if it does rain, it doesn't. Hopefully, we get through the meeting firstly. Just to mention, we'll go straight to race 1. The Carbine Club Stakes starts off with a Group 3. In this race, there's a few that's been going pretty well. You look at the one, Snitsy Peg. It's going for the 3 in a row here. There was people saying that Chaotic, which has been scratched, was the bet of the day, which has obviously opened the field up for some. There's been a fair bit of talk about the 7 Lavandi, and money has gone on it, but it's a betting stable, so you can't really trust that. When it was yesterday, 2 days out from the race, it basically halved its quote. So, and I think the trainer's pretty bullish about its chances. However, I don't know. I've looked at the replay of 11, and if you get a chance, have a look. I won't pull it up here. Beautifully bred colt by Piero. Last start in a listed race was 8th of 10. However, slow away. Pretty much stayed at the back of the field into the straight. The jockey had a lap of horse underneath him, but just couldn't get out to the point that he had to stop riding in the last probably furlong to 100 metres. The bigger track should suit. It was currently $7 not long ago. Barrier 2, nice weight. Snitsy Peg's the one to beat. Value-wise, Octobello, I think there's more improvement there. I just mentioned race 2, the Wakeful Stakes Group 2. Number 1, Bring Me Roses, were all over her last start. Think she's an up-and-coming filly. Pure class about her. She runs like she did the other day, and she gets breaks coming from that barrier and gets the distance. She obviously wins. But they're the only question marks on her. Last start we're also on the 5, High AM. He's had another run since. This is Bring the Roses, in between that run and now. Well drawn, should be fitter, should give a good sight. If Bring the Roses didn't run on last start, he wins that same race, that is. So, but I think the class horses Bring Me the Roses, currently 360. She's the one to beat. Race 3, for a Group 3 race, it's pretty ordinary races. I would say there's only 2, 3, if you're lucky, 4 chances here. I've stuck with the 1, Scheidel. She's the class horse of the field. Jumps from 1. Has a higher rating than, or fair amount past the rest of the field. Her record just speaks for herself. 9 starts at the distance, 5 wins and a second. Track and distance 1 for 1. Coming out of the Moy Stakes Group 1 with Moreira on, who we don't like. Scalacci Group 2, there's probably excuses for a last start. But a field like this, and currently $5, so I reckon it's a good price. Race 4 and 5 we're going to skip. We'll go to race 6. The Maya Classic over the mile, Group 1. Could say a few chances in it. As we say, there's a chance in every race. Global Glamour. How can you go past her? We've been on her back the whole time. In track work, in prep for this preparation, has been the standout horse at Randwick. So the clock has been telling us 57 kilos, barrier 3. It's down 1.5 kilos last start. You know one thing is that she's going to be there in the finish, and you're gonna be cheering her on. So we're going to stick with her. Okay, off to race 7, being the Victorian Derby. Every horse, or most horses, you can have an argument for here. Reasons why you think they're going to win. Got Ace High, 2 wins from the last 2. Tanglebed running well. Sully's been in the same races. Is Weather for You the new horse on the scene? Grey Clift has been backed in, and so on. So we'll get straight into it. Come up with the 3 here. Astoria jumps from 1, only 55.5 kilo from last start. And that race last start at Geelong in a listed company, if you've seen the race, 4 wide most of the trip and still ran on to only just miss out. It gets a perfect run last start. It wins by 3 to 5 lengths in my opinion. So M was hitting the line and ran through the line as well, which makes it makes it good for a horse that's going up in distance to especially 2,500 metres. So hopefully we'll be seeing him in the finish, $9.50 currently. So, and we cannot leave out one horse that we've been on the whole time. Is the 6 Sully. Thought he would have went better in the Champion Stakes at Randwick. Did run well though. Gloaming was okay. We know one thing is that he's going to run the distance out. It's just how far back and how quick that sprint comes on. But jump from barrier 15. Obviously he's going to get back. The query is these gear changes. Taking blinkers off, bubble cheeker off on both sides. Actually, they've changed. There's a bubble cheeker on the near side, and they've taken one off the offside. So, a big race like this, do you really want to be messing around with your gear like that? So, but they're a good young training couple, so I'll be throwing him in the multiples as well. Race 8. We're all over Toss and Start and last start. Got the money at good odds. It won't be those odds tomorrow. Lucky Hustler comes off the last week win, quick back up. But what we like here, Tom Melbourne, don't even mention that name to us. I don't know how people still keep coming for him. It's on form anyway. So, but number 9, Shalila or Shillelagh. I'll show you last start, Group 2 in the Tristarc. Speaks for itself. This is him or her. green yellow sleeves and the white cap.
Then Silence Edition, 3 deep. Cool Passion needs an out. Merriest is poised behind those two. And then came Fox Play and Next Sold for Song.
It was also against the pattern of the day too. Not many was running on.
And Global Glamour, 200 metres to go. It's trying to get through Cool Passion. Silence Edition and Merriest can't get out. Global Glamour takes the lead, but Cool Passion's driving through at the 50. Global Glamour and Cool Passion stride for stride in the Group 2. Global Glamour, I reckon.
Finish line just come up too soon.
It's a photo finish though. Petition late for third, or Shillelagh followed.
Shillelagh. So look at the margin there. This time she drops 4.5 kilo. Extra 200 metres with suit on this big track. Hasn't really had a luckful prep this time in, but hopefully tomorrow is the day. Is her day. So she's currently at $11. So just off that run, you seem to sort of think in a hard race, and not counting how well Tossum Starling goes, but he always can get himself in some trouble. But if Michael D rides Shillelagh well, I'm close to even saying the $11 better the day. So, and don't often say that. So, okay, last race of the day. When you look at this race, you think that, and there is an argument for every single horse, and the first 4 place getters out of the Gilgai, the Group 2 Gilgai, are running here. So, out of those 4, all 3 have had another start, except for Bonds Away, which were close to sort of getting on Bonds Away back. But then, if you go have a look at the run of Ravi last start, he's the luckless horse and flew home too. So, just for those playing the quaddies and the multiples, make sure I'd be having Bonds Away and Ravi in your multiples. Also, just a quick mention of this man from Uncle. Obviously, it's first start back in this prep, but there's been some good judges have a big opinion of him. So, don't know if he'd be up to this field first up, Group 2, on a big day as it is tomorrow, but it is a horse to look out for in the future. So, but don't be surprised. I'm actually surprised he's $8 at present, so I'm surprised on that alone. So, but it won't be a surprise if he comes